Hi class, in this video, I will explain the science technology resources presentation for your topic 3 assignment. For this assignment, you're going to create a PowerPoint or a Google slideshow, and you're going to be demonstrating 3 types of technology that can be used to enhance science or health teaching and learning. So this is a really important part that I want to hone in on, which can include apps, computer programs, videos, websites, etc. So sometimes I have students do this and they'll give me these as a category: apps, computer programs, videos, websites, but they don't get specific. I don't want to hear you can use apps in the science classroom. I want you to give me a specific app you can use in the science classroom. So don't use these general categories in your presentation. Tell me, PhET Simulations is a great website. And tell me about what PhET simulations can do to, first you want to describe it. What are PhET simulations? How does it enhance the teaching and learning? How it can be used to address diverse students' needs? And then how it can be used to foster student engagement and appreciation. So let's take a quick look at that site so I can show you simulations. So I can show you real quick on what I mean. So like if you just said apps, it's hard to get deep in your explanations. But if I say PhET simulations, they're interactive simulations for math and science. So I'm going to go physics and see what physics ones they have. Ooh, and I've been working on sound. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, we've got a wave on a string, waves intro, making waves. So I'm going to go ahead and see wave on a string. See, and it loads a simulation and students can make it go in slow motion. They can change some different things. Whoop, and it does a simulation. Okay, this is what happens if I change the frequency. What happens if I change the amplitude? This one's a little higher than the first grade standard I was working on. Let's see, no end. Ooh, what happens when there's no end? What happens when there's a loose end? So I would explain specifically all of those things. What does this technology do? How does it enhance teaching and learning in science or health? How can it support my diverse students? And then how can it foster that engagement and appreciation? You want to support your presentation with scholarly resources. So make sure that, if you got some information on what are PhET simulations from the website, you sort that. So like this homepage probably gives a great explanation of what PhET simulations are. So I am going to explore or maybe cite some of these things. Free interactive science simulations from this website. And then when I'm thinking about my diverse learners, I might cite like, hey, when students see things visually, that supports diverse learners. Maybe I'll cite a source that explains how visuals support diverse learners. So for this presentation, please be specific. I don't want these overarching categories. I don't want to hear apps as one of your technologies, computer programs as another, and videos as another. Be very specific. So if I chose videos, it might be, maybe some Jack Hartman videos, or I might get specific to videos for phenomena. So it shows maybe a hurricane, things like that. If I'm going to say websites, give me a specific website. Nat Geo for kids, Discovery Education, and go into depth. It's really hard to write about it generally. And when students just put websites, they tend to not have very much information because it's such a huge category that it makes it challenging to talk about when it comes to science or health teaching, because websites help anything, not just science or health. Like I could use websites in language arts, I could use websites in math, but you want to get specific and give me examples of those things. Let's go ahead and take a peek at our rubric. So you will get a good 8 points for describing that technology in depth. for how it supports our diverse learners. Give examples, you know, if you, in the PhET simulation, a student was able to then manipulate the sound waves, that would be an example of how the diverse learners or how English language students could see what's happening even if they didn't understand all of the vocabulary. And then another 12 points on the engagement. So how does it engage students? It's more fun. They get to be hands-on, it's interactive. And then your research, slide notes, title slide, your layout, language use, or mechanics and writing. One resource I like to use when creating presentations is Slide Carnival. Slide Carnival has a whole bunch of templates for PowerPoint and Google Slides that you can use. So if I was doing something around sound, I could type in sound and see if anything comes up. Oh, is it not going? I don't think your search bar is working at the moment. But I can, there's different categories such as like creative, and you can find different templates to get creative with your presentation and make it a little more fun. They have a ton of templates, as you can see, that will make it a little more fun to plan. If you have any questions as you're working, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a wonderful afternoon.